Hey everyone, this is me. I'm back for another video. It's been a while, but I'm here doing my saddest movie moments ranking because I was thinking, and I figured this is a video that I kind of want to do, so I decided to do it. Now, this video will contain spoilers for a lot of movies, a couple of Harry Potter films, couple of Marvel films, Star Wars, and then, all the classic Pixar stuff. So just be aware that there are going to be spoilers for a lot of movies. There's probably going to be a list going down the screen. Well, anyway, after that, let's just jump right into this. At number 15 is Yondu dying in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. This is particularly sad for me, not because Yondu's death already is sad enough. The main thing is like how they built him up to become much more likable than he was in the last movie over the course of Guardians 2. And then just how they kind of made him more of a father figure for Peter Quill, only to have him taken away. Then Chris Pratt as Star-Lord's reaction afterwards is just heartbreaking. And while this is a super fun movie, it definitely has deep moments like this. Anyway, number 14, Bambi's mom dying. While I haven't watched Bambi in years, this is still super sad for me. Probably more sad than Mufasa's death in Lion King, because I always knew about that. Bambi's mom's death kind of hit me as a shock as a kid. So, yeah, I don't have very vague memories of it, but it's still super sad for me. And how, you just heard the gunshot and then you knew she was gone. So, yeah, pretty sad. Number 13, Dobby dying in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. Now, this was much sadder in the books, because in the books he appeared in more films than just... He appeared in more than just Chamber of Secrets and Deathly Hallows. He appeared, in Goblet of Fire, Order of the Phoenix, and Half-Blood Prince. In the movies, he only appeared in Chamber of Secrets and Deathly Hallows. But it's still sad, especially how he was kind of built up into helping everybody near the end of the film. And then, it's just sad. His final words of Dobby's happy Harry Potter is his friend. It's just so sad for me. And I like the movie. This is definitely the most memorable part of it, though. Number 12, the Brachiosaurus dying from, from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Now, a lot of the stuff on this list are death, of course, and a lot of people hate this movie, but I enjoyed the film. Wasn't perfect, wasn't really that great, but I definitely enjoyed it. One thing I'll say about it is the main thing that got me is kind of, they did confirm that this was the original Brachiosaurus from the first time you see dinosaurs in Jurassic Park, which is one of my favorite movies. And you had a small, sad version of John Williams' original theme playing. And it hit me right in the feels. It was super sad, especially as you saw the Brachiosaurus kind of engulfed by the flame and dust. And it really brought me back to the original movie, how much I love it, and how sad this made me. Number 11, Snape's story from Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Now, this never really got me to cry, but just, it kind of showing Snape as a kid and how he was best friends with Lily and kind of fell in love with her. And then the most memorable part of the sequence, of course, is Alan Rickman's reaction, or Snape's reaction to finding Lily and James dead, especially Lily. Heartbreaking. And then another very sad moment was, of course, Alan Rickman saying always when asked about how he always loved Lily. And this scene will just always makes me so sad, but it was shot so amazingly. So it broke my heart, but I still love watching it. Number 10, the opening of Up. Now, this is definitely way higher for a lot of people, but just the fact that there's basically no dialogue for that whole section, and only Michael Giacchino's beautiful music as we see kind of Carl and Ellie just kind of growing old together. As they constantly try and save up for something they want to do, but life just keeps taking away, so they never can do it. And when they finally reach it, Ellie passes away. And it is just so sad. The movie was nominated for Best Picture, won Best Animated Feature, completely deserves it. I'm pretty sure Up won Best Music just for this scene alone, and definitely deserves it. Number 9, the last 20 minutes or so of Return of the King. I know I'm kind of cheating here, but basically everything from Aragorn's final word to the Hobbit, saying that you bow to no one, all the way to the Grey Havens and Frodo saying that the scars still hurt. That whole section is just so sad for me. as you've grown for the last, I usually watch the extended edition, so you've grown for the past 12 hours just like watching these characters and their stories, and it really is emotional seeing them say goodbye. And of course I love that Sam Gamgee is my favorite character in the series. It's the last one seen as he walks into the Hobbit hole. And I love the Lord of the Rings films, and I think it's a great ending. Number 8, kind of Jessie's story from Toy Story 2, the whole When She Loved Me sequence and song written by Randy Newman was already a great song, but then the whole sequence you see like Jessie and her kid as the kid grows up and forgets about Jessie, and then as an adult, Emily takes Jessie out in the same way that she used to, but instead of playing with Jessie like Jessie thought, Jessie goes into a box where she stays for years. It really is sad, makes you think about growing up. I'm not that old, so it doesn't affect me as much as other people. It is still super sad for me. Next up on the list at number 7 is Harry seeing his parents in the mirror of her eyes in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Probably one of the saddest moments in the Harry Potter series for me, as just John Williams' excellent score, the amazing performance of Daniel Radcliffe as he just touches the mirror, and you know he's not going to see his parents, but he just sees them, and he stares at them in the mirror forever. It's heartbreaking. I know people give a lot of, say the kids weren't the best in the Harry Potter movies in the earlier films. I would agree in some areas, but this scene is absolutely amazing. Okay, so at number 6 on the list, we have Wally nearly dying in Wall-E, of course. Nowadays, it doesn't give me that much because you know Wally's not going to die, but this was my first movie in theaters, one of my favorite movies as a kid, and this scene always freaks me out on how, like, especially when he loses his memory after Eve so hurriedly rushes back and he sacrifices himself and then he gets destroyed. And this definitely has a nostalgia card on me, but it really is awesome. Number 5, Andy saying goodbye to his toys at the end of Toy Story 3. There are just so many little things that make this awesome for me. Between Bonnie waving Woody's hand and then, of course, you see them playing together, Andy kind of like reacting badly when Bonnie reaches out to get Woody. And then just the final So Long partner along with Randy Newman's score is just perfect. And this is definitely the top on my list for a very long time. And I will always remember this scene. It's an awesome scene. Number 4. I'm considering 4 and 5 are kind of on the same plane. I think 5 might... I think Andy saying goodbye to this toy might actually be higher than what I'm going to say next. But I wrote the list. I'm not going to change it now. Number 4. Luke Skywalker passing away at the end of Star Wars The Last Jedi. Now, I know people hate this movie. I'm not going to give my opinion on it just yet, not until... I know people hate this movie, and I know people ravenously love this movie. I'm not really going to give my opinion on it until I do my Star Wars ranking later in the year in anticipation of Episode 9. But this scene, it really is probably the first time in a movie theater I've been struck with pure denial. Like, oh my gosh, this character isn't dead, he's not dead, he's not dead, he's not dead. And I think it's a perfect ending for Luke, as you got John Williams' original kind of twin sons Force theme, as Luke stares off into the twin sons for the last time as he fades away. Now, I didn't really catch up on the whole twin sons part during the first time seeing this movie, because I was like, well, you know, I was panicking because Luke Skywalker was dying, and I was like, oh, and it showed the sons, and I was like, wait, no, they're not showing the sons, they're probably showing a spaceship coming to save Luke, because I was in massive denial at the time. But overall, it's an amazing scene, and while it's definitely from a controversial movie, I think a lot of people can agree it was probably the best death Luke could have had. At number 3 is Cedric dying in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. While Cedric's immediate death isn't that emotional, Harry bringing him back from the graveyard and him clinging to Cedric's body as Dumbledore tries to pull him away, and then Cedric's father like yelling "my boy" and crying, it's too much emotion for me to take. It's insane. They did a great job. Not much more I can say on that. Okay, the next 2 we're getting into massive spoilers for movies that came out this year, so just be warned that these are from movies that came out this year. Number 2 is from Toy Story 4. So anyone who hasn't seen that, be warned. It is Woody saying goodbye to the rest of the toys. Now, I was watching this movie, and people were saying that it was super sad and that they cried, and I never really got that. And the movie was ending. I was like, okay, Woody's going to go back. Everything's going to be happy. I'm not going to cry. And then Buzz says, don't worry, she'll be okay. And then Woody was like, okay, thinking he was referring to Bo Peep. And then Buzz said, Bonnie will be okay. And then I was just destroyed. Between Woody looking over everybody, passing the star onto Jesse, final hug with Buzz, them all saying goodbye as Woody's kind of theme from his introduction in Toy Story plays as he runs off. It really was super emotional for me. I love the scene. I love the movie. And yeah, it was super sad. This is one of 2 scenes on this list that managed to get a little bit of tears out of me. And then at number 1, Avengers Endgame spoilers, Iron Man's death and funeral. Now, the actual death of Iron Man, like Cedric, wasn't really what got me. But when the funeral kicked in, he said, I love you 3000, there was the amazing score, you saw Harley Keener at the funeral. On his wreath, something that I don't think anyone talked about that much was about how on the wreath it said, like, proof that Iron Man had a heart. That's what started kind of me crying a little bit. And then Pappy Hoban bringing up cheeseburgers. Just seeing every character from Marvel there in honor of the guy who started these great movies was really sad for me, and I had to put this at number 1. Probably not the most sad moment in movie history, but it really got there for me. Anyway, I hope you guys liked the video. My next video will probably be a review of Top Gun coming in the next week or 2. School is starting up, so I'm going to be a lot more busy, less frequent upload schedule. And remember, my gaming channel is active. I have a Minecraft video and a Hitman video, so please check that out. And anyway, I hope you guys liked the video, and I'll see you guys later.